In Wicca, they have something called the High Priest. And the High Priest is leading the rituals for the entire coven of what they should do actually in the right way to be being led for, coming closer to the god and goddess. In Wicca, in fact, it's very important to know what you have to do because it's actually a right hand religion. Right hand religion means that you are following someone inside of rituals and inside of lore so that you know what to do before a god that pleases the gods and pleases being one with nature. In draconic Wicca, there is actually it's impossible to have a higher, a high witch or a supreme witch. But we are all supreme witches. We are all of it. Because what is the entire point of draconic Wicca is as well as having it your path. It's becoming your path. The dragon's path. It's a very personal path. Where every path can be considered as something different. So, but as well, it's about experiences and feelings, and being as well very creative. Because I believe that inside of Wicca there is also something being called an initiation ritual. Well, actually, that is something that is not uncommon with draconic Wicca because um, an initiation, not an initiation of someone else. There shouldn't even be someone else. If you're trying to initiate yourself inside of the dragon's path or in draconic Wicca, it's a very good idea if you know, if you want to be, much more closer to the dragons. If you are doing rituals for the dragon, it's a very good idea because it makes you being closer with the dragons. That you don't forget about them and that you are willing to reach out for them in the form of rituals. How to do so? Like I said, every path is different, so every ritual can be different. It's all about your creativity. You have to be very creative inside of draconic Wicca, and how to be creative in an own self-made initiation ritual for the dragon. For example, I did it. I was led by my own mind and my own desires, and I was giving it all. I was giving mind, body, and soul to the dragon, laying down before my dragon altar and saying to the dragon to come to me and to become one, because I felt that the gods and the spirits actually are one with me, and that there is no higher rank. You can say the dragon god is higher, but in fact it's not. Inside of the dragon's path, the god and the guardian and all the types of spirits are on the same level as you as well. That is why it becomes a dragon's eye. You are part of it. It means that you are on equal level. Most of the time in the right-hand religions, you have to bow down, and it's submission for the gods. Even in Wicca, it's a submission for the god and goddess. Well, in fact, it's not. It's the same here. Here we can even become the dragons themselves. We can even become the gods. We can ask, for example, that we are actually trying to be the dragon god. Sorry. That we are actually trying to be the dragon god or the dragon guardian in order to understand them very much. That we should understand them very much. And that is very important to understand, of course, the dragons that are by your side, because they are constantly talking. And inside of Wicca, it's actually not the same. In draconic Wicca, why is it actually being called draconic Wicca? Because it's comparable. We have gods, we have spirits, we are one, becoming one with nature, but it's all because of the dragon, of course. It's all the dragon that it's. And why? Who do we actually worship? In normal Wicca, they worship the god and goddess and the earth as well, and the four elements. They can see the gods and nature as one. But it's actually a bit the same with draconic Wicca, with the exception that we are actually one with them. We are not we worship them because we love them. We love them. We feel the desire to love them and to hold the dragon and to be one with the dragon. That is the entire point. that we don't worship. We actually don't worship like, oh my goodness, give me something. No, we are just wanting one thing, and that is the dragon by our side, and also the dragon inside. That we can feel them much more. That is the entire thing, of draconic Wicca. Um, you know, sorry, I have to say. And what are the Sabbaths of draconic Wicca? The Sabbaths, is every change in nature because it affects your dragon spirit. It affects everything about your dragon spirit. Every change, for example, winter solstice, it's almost winter solstice, it affects your energy enormous. It's enormous energy that is going to change. Halloween is also a big change in nature. Mabon is a big change in nature. Summer solstice, Ostara, every change in nature should be a Sabbath, should be a celebration for the dragon, because every time a nature changes, it's a new chapter in your path, and because it changes all, because the dragon is nature, your spirit is nature, so it affects it. For example, for the biggest effect for me, for example, is Mabon. When it's as much as light as it's dark, whenever this occurs, 21st of September, it has the largest effect for me and the relationship with my dragons. The Mabon is always celebrated with me and the dragons, and in order to do so, I do a ritual for them so that I can have a dragon dance. That I and the dragons are actually having this strange rituals because we are becoming stronger together with Mabon. And I've seen that a lot of people with the change of nature, whenever nature changes, for example, 21st of December is coming soon, so now a lot of people will feel different with the dragon. And so, yeah, and is there something about, are there actually something that is forbidden on the dragon's path? That is something, like I said, that is something that you need to. Yeah, there are things that are actually forbidden for the dragon, but that is for everyone different. We are, like I said, there are things that we need to discover for ourselves. This is entire point. This is the experience that we have on the dragon's path. The experiences are different, but the dragons themselves are also different, and the gods themselves, they might not be different, but they have different plans for you. So it's the entire path is going to be different than the other. So we cannot have a priest. But like I said, we can have an initiation by ourselves and by the dragons, because there shouldn't be a human that says, now you are on the dragon's path. No, 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 no. Not one human can say it, not a brother or sister can say it, that you are on the dragon's path now. Once you discover your dragon and you accept your dragon, the path begins. So draconic Wicca as well. That is actually that you want to reach out for your dragon and using magic or slash manipulation in order to be with the dragon. And that is also draconic Wicca, to be with the dragon. I don't know what Wicca actually, what their entire goal is, to be enlightened, I believe, but yeah. But I must also enlightened whenever the dragon is close, and that is what I want to reach out for. We are using magic simply because of the dragon. We are trying to manipulate it because we want to open the gates. And how to do so? Being creative and being open-minded, very much open-minded, because there are so many ways to open the gate of the dragon, so many different kind of ways, and no one is telling you how, but I'm telling you how to use your instincts and to use your feelings and to use your creativity, because that is so important to have this. But like I said, it's about you and your dragons. The entire draconic Wicca is about you and your dragons. How I did an initiation, for example, laying down on the floor and becoming much more of the dragon. I said to the dragon that the dragon can have it all, like some kind of a sacrifice that I did for the dragon. And it came out of nowhere, but I was led to it because I truly wanted to give everything away. But it's more like a test that I have to go through, because I trust the dragons. And the dragons, it's about trust as well, that you trust your dragon. If someone, for example, and that is very, very, very important, if someone says the dragon is bad, you shouldn't do it, and you have feelings like, maybe I shouldn't trust the dragon, and then you are going to fail in this test, in this initiation, because like I said, I wanted to give everything away because I simply trust the dragon. I know that they are not bad spirits, and I know that I want to be with them, so I give everything away inside of a ritual. And that is a very good initiation ritual. If you are not afraid of the dragon, if you want to be with the dragon, then show it to them. But it can be, you can show it in many ways, of course. There is no initiation for anyone. I mean, whenever I see right-hand religions being initiate someone inside of their religion, yeah, we are not a religion. Keep that in mind. We are not a religion. We are a left-hand spirituality where it's not about believing. We don't believe. We actually, yeah, I believe in dragons, but that is simply because I experienced them. It's not a belief system. The draconic path or draconic Wicca is not a belief system, and unlike Wicca, it's not right-hand religion. We are not having priests. I, for myself, am the high priest. For myself. But you, for yourself, should also be the high priest. Everyone for itself, because this is a very solitary path, where we shouldn't say to anyone how it's done, because the dragons will say how it's done, and your own instincts and your mind will say how it's done.